All right, what to eat when you have an IBS flare-up? Now, sooner or later, of course, you're going to want to eat something and you're going to need to eat something. So when you do, here's what you should eat. And one of the things that you may have heard about is a low FODMAP, because that's often suggested, a low FODMAP diet. Now, I've got an even better and a much simpler idea, because that's a very complex diet and it may or may not help you, but here's something that I can almost guarantee is going to help. So there are foods such as salads, for example, and uncooked veggies and raw foods and nuts. These all require a lot of energy to digest. When you are in the midst of an IBS flare-up, your digestive tract is very inflamed and it's irritated. And the last thing you want to do is have to make it work really hard to break down foods to digest them. So stay away from salads, stay away from nuts, stay away from unpeeled fruit like an apple, and raw foods, stay away from those. Same thing with meats, right? You don't want to be eating a steak or a big piece of chicken or something that's going to take a lot of work to chew and to break down. Make sure that everything you eat is well cooked and extremely easy to swallow, and that you don't have to do a lot of chewing. And in this time, don't be afraid to overcook your food. It's actually better than undercooking your food at this stage of the game when you have an IBS flare-up. Also, stay away from high fiber foods, especially insoluble fiber. What insoluble fiber does is it can feel abrasive in the digestive tract and irritate this already inflamed area. So foods high in insoluble fiber include wheat, include whole grains, include beans, fruit skins, nuts, seeds, and potatoes, especially potato skins. Smoothies are very helpful as long as they are low in sugar. So sugar is bad for your digestive system, especially when you're in a flare-up, and you should be avoiding that at all costs, right? But smoothies are great because they're basically pre-digested food, because that's what you've done, right? It's all been blended up. And this minimizes the energy that your digestive system needs to break the food down, because it's already broken down. Soups are another good example of this. They're easy to digest because the process of making the soup, of cooking it, has already broken down much of the food in the soup. So this will be much easier on your digestive system. Of course, be sure to avoid any foods that you already know are problematic, right? And you have a reaction to. So if you have a food intolerance or food sensitivity and you like to cheat occasionally because you can get away with it and it's not a big deal, don't do that during an IBS flare-up, because that's the worst time, of course, to cheat. So be sure to avoid those foods.